Hi all and welcome back to my Let's Play of Morrowind. Let's have a word with Gentleman Jim Stacey and see what he's got for us job-wise. The Fighters Guild is betraying the Empire for the Kimona Tong gold. Perseus Mercius, very good name, the old guild master in Alrune might be willing to help us fight. Perseus Mercius is a steward of the Guild of Fighters in Alrune. He used to be the master of the Fighters Guild before the Kimona Tong got involved. I believe he will help us fight the Kimona Tong. Go speak with him and listen to what he has to say. Report back to me with any information. Okay, we'll do. Let's go and do that. Seems like something that's within our capabilities for sure. For sure. Is everything recording okay? Right, so, slight half of a channel update. I'm actually going to be instigating a video release schedule. Over the last 2 weeks or so, we've been a bit everywhere with releases, and it's for a very good reason, to be honest. Starting back at work and just adding more days in, and then I had to do a full PC reset, meaning that I had to... I lost all my save files for Fallout as well, but we'll get around to that in the Fallout video. But that means I've had to play back up to where we were in Fallout, so it just means my release schedule has been a bit everywhere. So I think to lessen some of the stress, and also, I think I could still do daily releases, but that's all I could do. And with this channel, I want to focus on doing not only daily releases, but doing a lot more of the in-depth videos than just like the Let's Plays. I enjoy the Let's Plays. We should have gone to the Mages Guild a lot, but I think the more in-depth videos is the part that I want to be able to spend more time on. So this is all to say that the release schedule is going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Got that right? Yes. So Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday are all going to be Morrowind, and then Friday is going to be the Fallout videos. Everything else is just going to be on an as and when basis. So hopefully we'll settle into that, see how it goes, and move on from there. But without any further ado, I'll meet you in Alrune. Yeah, just to give a hint of what work is doing to me. Is this person in the Fighters Guild?
I suppose I have a moment.
Yeah. I slept for 12 hours last night. It was glorious, but accidental at best. Perseus? No. Are we just allowed to go where we want in here? I hope so. I'm guessing that's a legendary fighter that we can barely make out. I have such scorn for these people. Perseus, hello. Oh, no. Turn and face me. Well, speak up, Dark Elf. What do you want? Are you here to join the Fighters Guild? No. I want you to help me. Help us fight. I'm not sure I trust you enough. Maybe some gold will help you. God, this is always so easy to do. I can tell you what I know. Hurundi in Saedrith Mora used to be my second in command. He's a good man and he might be persuaded to join your cause. I hesitate to suggest this, but what if you can't convince him? Hurundi has a lover, a Dunmer from what I hear. If you find her, you can convince Hurundi to join your cause. Edith Fireeye is a good fighter, but there's always been something dark about her. I find out just recently that there was. She's a worshipper of Clavicus Vile. I don't know how you can use this information. I'm sure she can't be blackmailed. The new master of the Fighters Guild is Shuring Hardheart. He owes too much Kimona Tong gold to back out now. There's no way you can convince him. You'll have to kill him. Okay. That's a lot to be done. A lot to be done, which I'm sure we can get on with.
Think you'll find my...
Help us fight. Well, it sounds like Perseus came through after all. I can already think of a way to make use of this. In the meantime, here's some clink for your pockets. 500 gold. I had to spend 200 on bribing Perseus to get him to trust me. Oh, he's got so many options. Jobs. Based on what Perseus told you, I think we can win over Edith Fireeye if we can find this bitter cup. Perseus Mercius told us that Edith Fireeye worships Clavicus Vile. Perhaps she would betray Shuring Hardheart for bitter cup, an artifact sacred to... For the bitter cup, an artifact sacred to Clavicus Vile. The bitter cup was lost in the ruins of Ald Redania, which is an island north of the Ursulaku camp. I'm just kind of going through them all, seeing if there's anything interesting amongst these. It doesn't appear so. Shoring hard heart, no. No, that looks like looks like we've been given our next mission then. So we're to pull apart the Fighters Guild, but from the inside, persuading various people to join our cause. Should be an interesting set of sort of things to do. It's an interesting, very thievesy way of going about it as well, isn't it? No direct confrontation, just working behind the scenes. Now, how do we want to get to where we're going? Ursulaku's up here, isn't it? So it's there, Aldredania. Oh, there is nowhere good around here to transport to. It's Margan, isn't it? I believe so. We're on our walk to the Ursulaku camp here, and it's a walk I did a lot because that was a main quest hub for a while, sort of this trek up from Margan. And I wonder if there is a quicker way. I might just be missing something and not found a quicker way to do this trek, but I've not missed it. It's not like super long, but like we're already at like 17 or 18 minutes of recording for 6 minutes of video, so we're already triple like behind on time recorded to video produced, which obviously isn't the only thing that matters, but you know, when you end up spending a good hour playing for a half an hour of video, it does feel like a lot sometimes. Anyway, we are coming up to where we need to be, so we'll see how quickly we can cast Water Walking, a spell that seems to work infrequently, but it does get there eventually. Oh no, this is bad. At least I can run away now, though. To be fair, I could just use the travel-stained trousers and float across, probably. There's a lot of this in this game. I imagine in a more modern game they wouldn't expect you to do this sort of thing or swim. There would either be a transportation method or like a fast travel one. Which is obviously something that happens a lot in here. You know, you've got the Mage's Tower travel and you've got your rowboats around Vivek and other boats that you can get on. So there might just be one to here that I've completely missed. Very, very, very possible. But I also just find something quite fun about just like, oh, I've got a spell for that. I'm cool. I got a spell for that. I like this setup here. Trapped away on an island like this and a little house on top. Oh, surrounded by skeletons as well. Some bodyguards. Ones that we can actually kill with these spells as well. It's interesting because, well, yeah, you would, wouldn't you? You'd see it almost as a firewall or a bit of defense, you know, a skeleton archer. Do we want these? I think we want these. Yeah. Just means we can fight Daedra and stuff. That's making a lot of noise. Ardredania, okay. Immediately trap myself. I might have had a different idea of what was going on here, then maybe I misread something. It was 75, wasn't it? So we might need a master probe here. And then I don't want to use the Grandmasters. Let's see if we can get away with the Journeyman. It doesn't say not good enough to do, so we shall continue using this. There we go. I want to read my journal. Oh, God, yeah. I was under the impression I was going to get something else from here. Yeah, we're here for Clavicus's Vials thing. Which I can't remember who that Daedric god is, though I remember the name. I mean... Oh. You're okay with me for like half a second. Some of the more hectic combat that we've had in this game. There's also this guy behind me, a bone mold thing. I'm not going to say it's the best combat ever, because I think we've determined that this game doesn't have the best combat ever. And it's not even particularly interested in the best combat ever, but it's certainly, you know, 3v1, 4v1 in it. I have a feeling that Clavicus Vial, if one of his sacred items is protected by the dead, is probably not the best person. Although, we have learned that the Dunmer don't necessarily see necromancy as a evil art or some such thing. They definitely envisage it much more to do with ancestral worship and stuff like that. So perhaps this is perhaps it's us that's doing the wrong thing here, then, not Clavicus Vial. I'm sure we'll find out. Oh lord! Oops, that one hit a lot harder than I thought it was going to. A lot harder. That is the funny thing about this game, because I don't think, and as we said before, I don't think balance was necessarily too central with what they were thinking about the game. I don't know how true this statement's going to be, but I have a feeling, okay, the way I'll phrase it is, I have a feeling balance became much more of a central tenet of later games, or either that, I don't actually know the history of this, so these are both suppositions, or balance became something that the art of balance was perfected down the line. So not necessarily that people weren't interested until later, they just didn't realise what we would consider good and bad practices today were. But yeah, you do just sometimes go into these dungeons, fight some of these enemies, and just get absolutely stomped because of a weird magic weapon they have or something along those lines. So, let's round to it. And just run away. Ancient art of running away. And I think we should have this fine. I was showing a little brother Skyrim recently. I say a little brother because I have multiple ones. And the first boss at the end of the first vampiric ring, that's what was doing me wrong. But the first boss at the end of the first big dungeon, the Barrow, something or other Barrow. Oh, that's worth a lot of money. Do you wish to drink from Bitter Cup or to pick it up? Drinking from the cup will improve your best attribute and lower your worst. If you drink, the cup will last forever. Let's pick it up, considering we need it. That's interesting. I wonder where that, like, if you do drink from that and it's lost forever, if you can't continue this quest line, because that'll be an interesting sort of question. But yeah, the first boss of the Barrows, like, valid tactic, usual valid tactic of just run away and kite it and get hits in here and there. So it's nice to see that these games haven't changed. Were you able to retrieve Bitter Cup and bring it to Idis FireEye? You have Bitter Cup, you need now to take it to Idis FireEye. She's in the Fighters Guild in Balmora. Interesting. Yes, I figured out my mouse now. Sorry, weird digression. As I've said before, I didn't have to, I wanted to clear my C drive, my SSD, and I chose to just wipe it and do a fresh start again with Windows, because I've had it installed for 5 years, so it's just an easier way, and something odd was happening with it, so and I'm not like the most technical computer user, so that was my route through it, and it solved everything. But I've noticed I was playing a couple of shooters with this mouse, and I was like, it doesn't feel quite right. And I think it's because the DPI settings on it have got resetted. So there, I've just realised. There we go. Enjoy my digressions. Edis, hi. Hello. Well, speak up, Dark Elf. What do you want? Are you here to join the Fighters Guild? No. Bitter Cup. So you think you can bribe me to betraying Suring Hardheart? Well, you might be right. If you give me Bitter Cup, I'll pledge my support to the Thieves Guild. Give her the cup. So be it. I take this Bitter Cup and pledge to you support against Suring Hardheart. I never liked the way the Kimona Tong was using an Imperial Guild to destroy another Imperial Guild. Tell the Master Thief to contact me when he's ready. I'd say, I like that. Again, it's putting the labour in. It's not, okay, you need to go and get these, like, 4 big items. You don't need to go and get the 1 ring or whatever. And we might end up needing to do that. And to be fair, we got Bitter Cup, but we didn't get Bitter Cup to, improve ourselves greatly. We got Bitter Cup as a bribe. We got it to be like, yo, do you want to help us? It wasn't, it wasn't not selfish. It wasn't, because it was self-serving, but it wasn't, what we did with it was kind of unique. Very Morrowindian. Bitter Cup, and yeah, we've already gone through this. So Edis took the Bitter Cup. Good. She's likely to betray us too, but only if she thinks we won't. We think she won't. Anyway, I found some good lockpicks the other day and thought you could find a use for them. Weird writing, but sure, thank you for the Grandmaster. You're not joking when you say good. They're the best, aren't they, I think? Next. Jobs. Based on what Perseus Mercius told you, Hurundi might join our cause and betray his leaders at the Fighters Guild. If that doesn't work, we could put pressure on Hurundi's woman. Talk to Hurundi. If you can convince him to join our cause, you won't have to track down Hurundi's woman. Like Perseus Mercius said, Hurundi has a Dunmer lover. If you can find out who she is, you can pressure Hurundi to join our cause. You can find Hurundi in the Sadrith Mora Fighters Guild. I'm sure you can find out something by asking around town. So let's go and find Hurundi first, and then see what the rest of the quest actually holds and what it's asking of us. Luckily, Sadrith Mora is a really easy place to get to, so... Hurundi. Sal. I am, but it doesn't bother you. Well, speak up, Dark Elf. What do you want? Are you here to join the Fighters Guild? No. Join our cause. No. Why would I support the Thieves Guild? Who told you that? Get out of here, thief. Maybe, just maybe, if you liked me all the way up, you would. Alright, Marabou, you've convinced me, but Suring knows who my lover is. If he suspects anything, he'll take her away from me. I'll go along for now, just be sure to take Suring out quickly. Don't give him a chance to regroup, for her sake and for yours. As with everything in the world of Morrowind, it can be solved with money. What's the situation with Hurundi? Will he join our cause? Have you found Hurundi's woman? Did you talk him into joining? Good, we're making progress, Maribel. Yes we are. Yes we are. Jobs. The Kimona's Tongue's best enforcer are Navil and Rainey's Inereth. Ineth. Navil and Rainey's Ineth can be found on the Dren Plantation. The Thieves Guild won't be safe from the Kimona Tongue until their best enforcers are dead. Kill them and report back to me. It's not hard to find, but it doesn't have to be. It's very well guarded, and they don't take kindly to trespassers. I'll mark the location on your map. Okay, we've been to the Dren Plantation before, I'm sure. Didn't we have to bribe someone when we were becoming Hortator? I think so. Anyway, I take great pleasure in killing these... Hiding behind these two locked doors? What could possibly be going on? Apparently these are tough. So we're going to switch to our best weapon and just get them done as quickly as possible. Yeah, poisoning daggers are always, paralysing daggers are always a bit worrisome, because things like this can happen. But, to be fair, they weren't so bad. I mean, I'm always going to have a look around to see what's stealable. But I'm not breaking in any more locks whilst we're here. Right, I bet that's worth a small amount of money. And yours. You have two. The value for size of blade and weight is good, so we will take it. Nothing happening here. Time to leave and get out of here. So we have this. We're coming up to the last mission in the Thieves Guild. What do I think of the Thieves Guild as a whole? I suppose we'll I'm going to less talk about the whole thing and more just talk about these recent Jim Stacey missions. I think the whole thing is there's stuff in it that I don't particularly like as much as some of the other stuff, but the Jim Stacey stuff that we've been doing here is good. I think like having you sort of trying to find targets within the Fighters Guilds and subverting them and taking them as like for aid for yourself, I think is really interesting, and it creates the missions fit the theming of the guild. it's subtle. It's subtlety's the key. It's stealing and bribery and even assassination. You know, we have just killed 2 people to get what we want, but they're 2 people high up. We haven't just slaughtered our entire way through the guild. We've pinpointed what's wrong and taken them out. So I think that's all pretty cool. You don't get much characterization in this game, and I think that's just an issue of and there's definitely some, but that's just an issue of it being all done in writing instead of in dialogue. And it's not that you get less it's that you get less characterization, I think, in writing when it's in a game format frequently, because you usually have less writing than you would say in a novel situation. So yeah, like the reason that was triggered in my head as a thought was because Jim Stacy, I was thinking, what's his like deal? And you almost don't get it, but like I remember like the Grey Fox from Oblivion, and remember like his deal a lot more clearly. So yeah, but that's saying that, I think the characterization comes out a lot better in the actual missions in this game. You know, the moment to moment of what's actually going on and the quests that you're going on, I think are better because they're more interested in the mundane and just what the world's like. Right, anyway, we're here. Hello. Were you able to get rid of them? Yes. So Neville and Rains Ineth are dead. Good work, Marabou. Their deaths, along with the improved defences of our guild halls, will keep the Kimono Tong off our backs, but the Fighters Guild is still a problem. Oh, and I found a ring you might like. Thank you. I want an advancement. Cool. You've made progress setting the Kimono Tong off our backs, but we can't rest until Suring Hardheart is dead. He's the head of the Fighters Guild here in Vardenfell. We've tried bribes, blackmail, and even diplomacy. Suring has some personal stake in this. I don't know what, but even without the Kimono Tong's backing, he's already planning an attack on the guild halls. Go to the Fighters Guild here in Vivek, kill Suring Hardheart, and report back to me. Whew. Heavy stuff. I mean, I was actually going to like save this for the next video, but if he's in Vivek, he's not far away. So let's go say hi. Let's go say hi. How are you? Oh, we've got a level up. What was once an exciting thing is now just stick it in and hope for the best. To be fair, I say that about you know, it no longer being an event leveling up, but I have to say I don't mind that. It's allowed me to experience far more of this game than I might have if I was going against that system and trying to figure out a system out. And I would have started again about 7 times, and who's got the time for that, especially if you're trying to make videos of it. Oh guys, can you just ignore the previous 10 videos? I'm going to start again. Hello, Fighters Guild. Is there a guild leader around here?
This better be important, Dunmer.
A guild leader who needs to die? Suring, hello. Do I? Well, speak up, Dark Elf. What do you want? Are you here to join the Fighters Guild? There should be a way to provoke him more easily than taunting him, but we're going to do it. There we go. That does it. Goodbye. Immediately, I'm just going to save quickly. I have no idea if this guy's going to be hard or not, and, you know, he is the boss of a Fighters Guild. My feeling is that perhaps the good old staggering short sword is going to do the job for us. I think I've taken some of his stuff as a, what's it called? A reward, but nothing happened in there. Don't worry about me. Nothing happens. Just don't check on that room. There's honestly nothing there, so you'll be okay, okay? Nothing downstairs. I was not seen here. None of you know me. So, that brings us to what is ostensibly the end of the Thieves Guild. I think the build-up with Jim Stacy could have been done better. Doesn't feel like we had much on the line doing it, we were just following orders more than anything. Does Suring Hardheart still live? So Suring Hardheart is dead. Whatever his personal vendetta, he won't be troubled to get our guild again. We don't even find out what his personal vendetta is. You know, Modern Games was having monologuing at you for at least 5 minutes just to make sure you knew. The remaining leaders of the Fighters Guild are more sympathetic to us. Since you should save the Thieves Guild here in Vardenfell, I think you deserve this. It's the skeleton key, the most perfect tool ever created for lockpicking. I found it when I lived in Hammerfell. Use it wisely. Now I have no new jobs for you to do. Actually, this is the final job I'll give you. Take care of the guild. You've done great things, Marabou. With you here, I think it's safe for me to take a little vacation. Maybe go back to Hammerfell. See the old family. Until I get back, I'm leaving the guild in your capable hands. I am a master thief. Cool. Do you have any more jobs? No. He has nothing else to say. I'm sure if we go out here and come back in, he'll be gone.
Well met, friend.
Or he'll be gone soon. So that is the end of it. Yeah, so I think the build-up of the Kimono Tong could have been done a little better. As in, like, they didn't particularly feel like a threat at any point. It just felt like we were taking shots at them. You know, there was no cost apart from a mission where we had to go and find a dead character. So they did try, but it is what it is. I like the Bologmer stuff more, personally, because that sort of myth-making, I think, really lends itself well to the type of quests that we were doing, whereas the Kimono Tong ones, I think they probably struggled with the type of missions available. That being said, like, the whole guild leading up to this, I think, could have had more mainline story peppered through it, but I do like its restraint. You know, it's not all about this one thing. It's a lot of it is just about thieving. That is what you are doing. That's what your guild is there to do. It's not all about, oh, here's 3 thieves quests, and now you have to go and just concentrate on the Kimono Tong, which I think is like probably a step in the wrong direction otherwise. It makes it so it's mundane and measured instead of it all being about this one grand story. Makes the whole guild feel like a real place that some story happened to happen around and some progress happened to happen around, instead of it being this one grand narrative that you have to take part of in, which is definitely the way the games go later, as far as I'm aware. To be honest, I'm not necessarily making a judgment call, but this game has been a bit of an antidote towards perhaps some negative feelings I may have had about later open world games. So it's been interesting to sort of dive through those feelings and, you know, get some impressions of what an older game is doing. Right, that's going to be it from today. The next video is going to be on Wednesday for Morrowind, so join me there where we will be continuing through some Mages Guild stuff, I think. I think that's going to be my next port of call. Get that done and see what they have going on. Right, thank you for watching. Like the video if you do. If you've got any thoughts on the Thieves Guild and what you thought of it in this game, please comment below and we can have a bit of a conversation about it. And subscribe if you want more of this stuff and want to get notifications of when the videos are coming out, because it ain't always going to be spot on time. You know, life be busy. Life be busy. My name's been Billy. Thank you. Goodbye.